You know, people call me an SM auntie. Look at the odes I'm doing to SM. This is very nice of me. Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina, and today you are watching my K-pop review for the month of August. I was gonna say we're already going into September. Wait a minute! Pretend you didn't see that. But yes, today we're going to be taking a look at K-pop debuts and comebacks for the month of August using my super fancy tier ranking system. So we'll get into that explanation. But first, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also subscribe, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. So we're going to briefly get into the tier explanation. Really, I'm just going to steal this from another video. So let's explain those tiers. So of course, at the top of this tier ranking, we have Big Booty Bop. These are songs that I just obsessively listen to. The first time I hear them, there's just something about them and I just continuously play them over and over again. Then below that, of course, we have Cup of Milk. These are for songs that, you know, they're good, right? They're good. They're still on our playlist. We're still listening to them, but just maybe not as obsessively. They have a shorter shelf life, which is then followed by Second Gen Vibes. These are songs that they're nice too. They might not be on our playlist actually, but we appreciate them from far. Followed by Grower Not a Shower. Grower are for songs that, you know, at first we might not have liked. Maybe in some instances we actually fucking hated these songs, but through peer pressure, whatever the case may be, we ended up liking them a lot more, which is followed by the newest tier, the Forgettable tier. Do we love or hate these songs? No, because we actually don't remember what these sound like, so how could we make an opinion? Which is then followed by everyone's favorite tier, YG's Dungeon, which are just songs I would shove right back into the dungeon to simmer a little bit more. They need a little work. I would change things about these songs. And then, of course, our last tier, not my cup of tea. There's simply songs that I don't like, I wouldn't listen to. Simple as that. So with those tiers out of the way, let's finally get into the video. Let's start off with maybe one of the most unassuming debuts ever. We're going to be discussing NewJeans' debut with Cookie, which is from their EP titled NewJeans. First EP, NewJeans. This is described as a dance pop song with adorable lyrics. NewJeans commented on how a cookie can be used to persuade the person they like into approaching them first. How curious, because that is definitely not the message that the internet got. Now, I know cookie can be slang for other things. Just reading the lyrics, I honestly don't think it's like actually about cookies, do you know what I mean? So this debut featured a very minimalistic sound and music video. The aesthetics of it all were really consistent, which has been quite interesting to follow because I feel like NewJeans stands out by not standing out. No crazy hair colors, no flashy outfits. The music video itself is quite muted and it's really just glorified dance practice. But in that sense, I think it's interesting. I've mentioned in the past when I do like music video reviews and stuff, I tend to like the song more just from the experience of watching the music video. And then afterwards I realized, oh, you know, I don't love the song as much as I thought I did. I just enjoyed the whole experience of it all. So for NewJeans Cookie, I was just sat there like, okay. And then I really started listening to the song and the music video was a nice little addition. I also did a music video reaction for my channel members for this song, so just putting that out there. So it did feel quite refreshing, I would say, and I do understand the allure to NewJeans. As for the sound, it was pretty vibey. As soon as it started, I wanted to sing, "You're so yummy, 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 and my tummy, tummy, tummy." Wouldn't that have fit so well? But yeah, I think I would put this actually into Second Gen Vibes. I wouldn't skip it if it randomly played, and it wouldn't surprise me if this ended up growing on me despite maybe my initial apprehensions of the song. So yeah, let's put this into Second Gen Vibes. Moving on to Girls' Generation and their comeback with Forever One, which is from their album of the same name to celebrate their 15th anniversary, though this is the first time in 5 years that they've made a comeback. Described by fans as a nostalgic throwback with a modern SM twist. Actually, I just said that. I don't know if anyone agrees. I also said a lot of other things that got me into hot water, and consequently, K-pop fans have been on my back. To the point I've literally had to up my security.
Help! There's someone at the door! Go get them!
So not only is my home protected, But so is my internet, thanks to NordVPN. That's right, the gracious sponsor of today's video not only provides everyone the ability to access content from everywhere with their 5,400 plus servers, which is almost the same amount of members in NCT. I'll see myself out. But they also offer you protection against online threats and or unreasonably upset youth. So with NordVPN, you can watch things that aren't available in your country. For example, when ATEEZ's Fever Road was only released on Kakao, all the other ATEEZ had to wait for it to be uploaded on YouTube. But not me. I worked my magic with the app by selecting South Korea as my country, and I was able to watch it. But that's not the only use for NordVPN. They also offer threat protection to ensure a safer and smoother online experience. While blocking intrusive ads and web trackers, you do not need to be scared of K-pop stans anymore. Or, you know, people who aren't angry 12-year-olds. So whether you're in the mood to watch something that has been rudely blocked in your country, or you just need a little bit of help avoiding some online stalkers, then you should get NordVPN. Go to my link, nordvpn.com/milliccensus to get a 2-year plan, plus 4 additional months free. And there's absolutely no risk to you with their 30-day money-back guarantee. A huge thank you to NordVPN for keeping me protected and sponsoring this video. And don't forget to check out the link below. But back to Forever One. I did make a whole review about the song, and then the ensuing backlash prompted me to make an even longer video right after. I just thought that was funny. Like, the response to my video is longer than the video itself. Now, I definitely have a love-hate relationship with this song. On one hand, it's super nostalgic. It feels like a throwback. But on the other hand, I personally feel like it was SMified. So actually, I thought it would be super fun for this month to rename YG's dungeon to SM's dungeon. It's just fitting. Is that offensive? You can let me know down in the comments below how angry you are and also where you would have put it. Now we're going to be discussing Yena's Smartphone from her second mini album of the same name. So, according to Sumpi, as always, Smartphone is an upbeat pop and rock genre song with an energetic drum beat. The song expresses her perspective of how smartphones have become our friends and part of our daily lives in this current era. I wholeheartedly enjoyed Yena's debut with Smiley. It just made me feel so happy, and I'm really excited that she continued on with this concept into Smartphone. I think this cute and bubbly concept fits her perfectly, and the songs they do such a great job at making you feel like actually happy. So kudos to her for keeping up that momentum. We also have amazing styling. The music video was so much fun to watch as well. I love a bunch of colors. Ironically, I love colors. But I digress. I actually made a music video reaction to this for my channel members as well. And I remember saying also, when we reviewed NewJeans Cookie, the beginning made me want to sing "You're So Yummy, Yummy, Yummy" in my tummy, tummy, tummy. For whatever reason, my reaction was exactly the same for the beginning of Yena's Smartphone. I don't know. Let's put all of the 3 beginnings of those songs together and see if they even sound similar at all, or if I'm just randomly thinking about this. Now, I don't know how Yena managed to make a song about smartphones sound so inspirational and so majestic. Like, here I was singing about smartphones. This was definitely a very solid first comeback, and I'm gonna put this straight into Cup of Milk. Golden Child have made their comeback with their new mini album Aura, featuring the title track Replay. Described as an EDM future house genre song, and expresses a strong desire to go back in time and return to the past, with heavy synth bass sounds as the main bass slap. That's a lot of basses. Bass slap sounds and the main synth lead further add to the song's tension. Now, previously I did enjoy their song Rampampa. And Golden Child is actually one of those groups I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the storyline of their music videos, at least a little bit. I remember zombies. I remember different characters. It's not important right now. However, Replay sound just really wasn't for me, and I don't picture myself listening to it again. So unfortunately, I think I'm gonna put this into not my cup of tea, but as usual, if you like the sound of this, then go check it out. From their single album Leviosa, we have Tribe, who released Kiss.
Blow a little, blow a little. Blow a little, blow a little.
Now this song has so many elements that I like, especially the pre-chorus. It was probably my favorite part of the song, and I did enjoy the blow me a kiss concept, though the beat drop really wasn't my favorite. But again, it has so many like little elements here and there that I do genuinely love. The thing is, within the song, as all these elements are put together, it just really isn't enough for me. And at first, I genuinely thought like this would be perfect for the neutral tier, but I was told that the neutral tier was a cop-out. So if I really have to think about it, I think the elements that I like do save it from not my cup of tea tier. So I think logistically it would make a lot of sense to put it into YG's dungeon. So SM's dungeon. Shit, I'm sorry. You know, people call me an SM auntie. Look at the odes I'm doing to SM. This is very nice of me. Moving on to Crixie's Undercover from their AP titled Who I Am. According to the company, this is a hip-hop based dance song with sharp jumps featuring a dark vocal pattern and impressive hook. The beginning of the lyrics filled with a desire to fall and dominate the other person. It contains the sort of gradually hiding from you and conquering. Fair enough. I actually think it was pretty catchy, and if it randomly played, I don't think I would skip it. So thusly, I think we're gonna add this into second gen vibes. Now we have ONF's Your Song from their special album, Storage of ONF. This is described as a charismatic pop song that conveys the message that if there is a connection through music, we can meet even by transcending time and space. I was really intrigued by that. I think personally that's a really cute message. And the lyrics are actually quite cute as well. However, the pre-chorus, they were giving me more bittersweet vibes than I think I was expecting. But it was overall very fresh and uplifting. I think it's really similar to other songs that I've previously put in Cup of Milk, though I don't remember. Was it ONF? I think ONF actually had a song that I liked. Hey you there, please come sing this song. Who sang that? Was that ONF? Let me know in the comments down below. Either way, I think I'm gonna put this into second gen vibes. Again, very fresh and uplifting. The Boyz have released their 7th mini album, Be Aware, featuring the title track, Whisper. So this is a song with retro 808 bass and futuristic synth sounds that highlight the Boyz' energetic nature. The lyrics capture the moment dopamine hits as listeners get captivated by an electrifying whisper. This song, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the pink in the music video or whatever the case may be, but listening to it, I kept wanting to sing BLACKPINK's Ice Cream and whistle. I took to Instagram and I asked you guys, why does this sound so familiar? To which the vast majority of my followers responded that it's just another 4th gen sounding boy group song. In that moment, I knew I fucked up because I've curated an audience that exclusively likes girl groups. The misandry is real strong here. All jokes. Truthfully, I don't know how I feel about this song. It's quite minimalistic and maybe that's why it reminds me a little bit of Whistle. I thought it was nice, though the chorus wasn't as hard-hitting as I was expecting it to be. So I think we're gonna put this into SM's Dungeon. Of course, we are going to be including BLACKPINK's Pink Venom from their album Born Pink into this review. I know a lot of you guys are really upset at me for not including Ready for Love. The thing is, yes, it did have a music video, which is one of my criterias, but it wasn't available on streaming platforms. And honestly, I actually filmed my whole end of month review before it was even announced that they were coming out with Ready for Love that month. So needless to say, I was not quite prepared. Now, I could have added it after the fact in editing, of course. But again, it wasn't on any streaming platforms, so I didn't know how to properly rank it. Because if it was on streaming platforms, I could see if I loved it for a couple days and then it died off, so Cup of Milk, or if I just obsessively listened to it, which I kind of did even on YouTube, so it would have been between Cup of Milk and Big Booty Bop. But I digress. This is a song with a strong beat and sounds from traditional Korean musical instruments, notably the komungo, as we mentioned in my review of this. It's also described as a hip-hop song that highlights Blackpink's talented singing and rapping skills, as well as their trademark fierce charisma. I agree with that. You know, they do highlight the rapping and the vocals, but I also kind of think that's the song's downfall. But before we get into my criticisms that I will reiterate, I find it so funny because if I don't like something that Blackpink does, canceled. If I do end up liking something Blackpink does, I'm biased and I still get hate for it. Like, there's literally no winning. I don't know what you guys want at this point. I've literally been berated because I like Pink Venom. That's so wild to me. It's so funny. You cannot pay me to pretend. Well, maybe. Truthfully, from first listen, I did like Pink Venom. The chorus absolutely took me into a different universe. It made me feel so badass. It made me feel so cool. And it was very different. Like, their voices were different. The style of it all was really different. And it's not to say that I don't have my criticisms. I absolutely do. But I just think what I like about this song overpowers those elements. Firstly, I mentioned this in my review. I would have cut all the vocal parts and just made this a Jennie and Lisa subunit. The vocal part's beautiful. Rosie's voice, beautiful. Jisoo is giving it her goddamn all. But it just doesn't fit the song. That's the thing. If you hated the song, I think that's totally valid. On one hand, I think it's weird that people are berating me for liking the song. But I also disagree with people who say, like, oh, we don't need to hear your opinion if you don't like the song. I mean, no, I think people are allowed to dislike the song, and I don't think it's an attack on the group. They don't like it. It's fair. It's fine. You know, some people even said it sounded like an SM song. I literally can smell an SM song a mile away. I think the roller coaster element makes sense to compare it to an SM song, but in terms of the sound on its own, I don't necessarily agree. But anyways, I loved the song. I loved the song so much. Big booty bop. Sue me! So Ives After Like is another song that I reviewed on its own. So let's briefly talk about this new single. After Like is described as having a sophisticated deep house rhythm and classic but unique hook with lyrics expressing honest feelings of love. But the killing point of this song is actually the use of interpolations from the song I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. I feel like there was like a connection to the song without really loving the song, if that makes sense. And I think that's a very common criticism. I will say I did like the concept of After Like, the whole, you know, what we have is more than like. So what's after like? Love. However, at the end of the day, I do think it's kind of another typical retro K-pop song. And some people love that. Some people are really on board with that. I personally, you know, I'm not totally feeling it. I think there's like a couple songs here and there that have that retro sound that I do end up enjoying. But in general, I think I need a little bit of a break from it. So against what I initially predicted in my review, which I said it might be second gen vibes or maybe even a grower. But at the end of the day, I do think it fits more into the forgettable tier. On to CIX and their comeback titled Engine. On to CIX and their comeback titled 458. Don't ask me about numbers. God damn, it's written right there. I'm still like 7. This is from their 5th EP titled Okay, Episode 1. Okay, Not. If that doesn't tell a story, I don't know what does. This is described as an electro hip-hop song that explodes with energetic sounds as the track progresses. The song captures the resolve of moving fast in order to find the essence of love, as well as the painful dilemma of feeling the instincts of wanting to reach their love while also staying rational to control their emotions. I didn't understand a word of that, but it's not important right now. The last song I remember from CIX was Cinema. Do you guys remember? It was Big Booty Bop. I still love Cinema. Beautiful, ethereal song. On that note, I had no idea this was CIX. As you can see from the beginning, I said their title track was Engine because I mixed up Luminous's Engine with CIX's 458. So I had Luminous Engine as my title for the script, But then I was watching CIX's music video, so I got really fucking confused. You know, it didn't last long. I didn't like watch the music video thinking it was Luminous. But it didn't click to me that it was CIX. They literally are not the same people anymore. They've definitely evolved. They've changed. The song starts off quite slow actually, but that choreography was going hard. It was intense for how slow it was. So I was expecting the song to pick up eventually, and it did with the chorus, which I felt was quite unique. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this into second gen vibes, but I wouldn't be surprised again if it grew on me. We now have to talk about Twice's comeback with Talk That Talk from their newest album, Between 1 and 2. Their 11th mini album, actually. So I made a predictions video for this, and I also reviewed the song on its own, so if you want to check out my more detailed thoughts about it. Based on the song snippet, I had pretty much anticipated that I wouldn't love the song. It's really not my cup of tea. Again, these retro vibes, and sometimes these retro songs can come and surprise me, and I end up liking them, as I've mentioned before. The thing is, actually, if we look back to I Can't Stop Me, which was released in 2020 or 2021, I don't even remember, but even at that point the retro concept was starting to wear me down. But I Can't Stop Me was one of those exceptions. Amazing song, majestic, beautiful, everything. As for Talk That Talk, I think unfortunately it's gonna have to go into the forgettable tier. Now we have Luminous's comeback with Engine from their album Luminous in Wonderland. Described as a funk-inspired song that talks about being stuck in sadness and the desire to move on to Wonderland. Presumably in a car, since there's a lot of vroom-vrooms in this song. Now, this reminds me so much of 17. You cannot deny the 17 vibes. Just down to the very voices that we hear, I feel like it's very 17. I specifically thought of the song Boom Boom. I don't know if it's because they say every day, boom boom. Boom boom. You're wondering why I know that song? You'll find out soon. I asked one of my carrot friends, and she said it does remind her of 17, but also NCT Dream, and that she can, and I quote, hear Mark. So let me know if you would agree. However, I would personally say the song is missing a little bit of magic, especially in the chorus. You're like, I can understand what you're going for, but it needs a little something more. Despite this isn't a song that I would gravitate towards, so I'm going to put it into not my cup of tea. But as usual, if this sounds like something you would like, then go check it out. Moving on to Lucy's comeback with Play from their album titled Childhood. Very fitting, Play, Childhood, the lyrics, the music video. I feel like there's a lot of consistency, and dare I say there's a little bit of a storyline, but we'll get into that. Play is a ballad that talks about wanting to hold on to one's youth, with the lyrics like, please tell me to meet again and play again, which was incredibly well depicted in the music video. So let's talk about the music video actually. We see a man in a suit go down a slide before coming out of the playground and straight into the workforce. There's this depiction of adulthood with these blank surroundings but colorful accessories. We follow him around and he just doesn't seem like he's fitting into this adult lifestyle. His bosses are mean, the surroundings are very blank. But as the lyrics suggest, you can be the same as you were back then. So I think there's a lot of symbolism in finding a balance between this adult life that you inevitably have to live and the childhood, the youth that you still want to hold on to. I think the music video does a great job at showcasing that. You know, even if you're old as shit, you should still enjoy stuff. So in the end, we see he goes from work back down the slide and suddenly, you know, he's in a playground. And I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot to look into. I definitely suggest you go check it out. There's lyrics that say, I used to play like I'm flying in the sky without even knowing my knees hurt. And I related to this so much on account of my sciatica. My back hurts so much right now. I literally have like a TENS machine on all the time. I'm just like trying to zap myself into feeling okay. It definitely speaks to your childhood. You know, when you're young, you don't think about the logistics of things. You don't really take as much into consideration like you would when you're an adult. You don't notice pain as much. Honestly, as soon as I heard the piano at the beginning, I was hoping that the song wouldn't disappoint me, and it didn't. I will say, however, some of the melody reminded me of Nick Lachey's What's Left of Me, and I kept wanting to sing, "Watch my life pass me by in the rearview mirror." I just got a copyright claim. Oh my god. My friend described this as Day 6's Zombie, but like a happier version. I can kind of see it. Anyways, for sure going into second gen vibes. And actually, if there was a tier between Cup of Milk and second gen vibes, I think I would actually put it there. I like it a little bit more than second gen vibes, but not more than Cup of Milk. Now we have a Skyle or Skyly. I read it in Korean and I think it's Skyly, but you can let me know. If you're a stan, let me know. So they had to come back with Bye 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 from their single album of the same name. Immediately, I enjoyed the vibes. They were nice vibes, nice instrumentals. I'm into this type of instrumental. So definitely some nice vibes, despite the fact that I felt the production could have been maybe a little bit better, but I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to more raw sounding songs. This song touches on saying bye 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 to someone who hurt you in the past and moving on from that. I also sent this song to my friend and she said it reminded her of Card's Oh Na Na. So let's play them side by side together to get you an idea. Enjoyed it, however, so I think I'm gonna put this into second gen vibes. I don't think I would skip it. Otherwise, I think it would go into YG's Dungeon, just a little similar, a little bit more, just production wise. From their upcoming album Survive, we have Rocking Doll, who have released a pre-release track, Gray. At least I think it's a pre-release track. There's oddly was not a lot of information available for this. Now, I'll tell you right away, I didn't love the sound of the song. You know, it's not up my alley. But I did enjoy the message of it. You know, the title is Gray. A lot of people tend to see the world in black and white, but there's so many shades of gray in between. There's a lot of nuance in the things that we're consuming and the things that we're thinking. We tend to think of life as good or bad when really it's good and bad. There's so much in between, and the lyrics specifically say, good and bad, they often coincide in this life. There can only be gray. So I think it touches on the importance of nuance. And I'll tell you, for K-pop stans, this honestly reminded me of Major's songs, Dancing in the Starlit Night, even down to some of the outfits. But anyways, I don't think I would ever listen to this again. Not my cup of tea, but as usual, if you think it sounded good, go check it out. So we have DKB, who have released their fifth mini album titled Autumn with the title track 24/7. So I listened to the highlight medley of this song. Is that what it's called? Highlight medley. And honestly, I was so excited to listen to the album. I'm not one to ever really like anticipate listening to an album, because for me, I don't have the best attention span. And when it comes to an album with so many songs, it's just, if I listen to the whole album, I feel like I don't know what I just listened to. I feel like all the songs are just like mumbled together because it's all the same voices. But this is a mini album. Anyways, I heard the highlight medley and I was like, damn, I think, you know, all but one of them sounded amazing to me. So I was definitely excited for this release despite not really knowing the group at all. Of course, the song has beautiful acoustic guitar, which drew me in. And it's quite mellow as well. Honestly, very strong. I was gonna say second gen. I don't think it sounds like a second gen song, but like we're putting it into second gen because I don't think I would skip it. Last but not least, we have Key's comeback with Gasoline, and this is from his second album of the same name. Now, from the previews alone, I enjoyed the concept. The diamond hair, the gold outfit, it was really spooky. in the middle of August. However, as immaculate as those vibes were, the song just isn't my thing. In true SM anti nature, we're gonna be putting this into not make. What if we put it into SM Dungeon? I don't know what I would change about it. It's one of those things. The song isn't bad. Key stands don't come after me. Even though he was lip syncing in the SM live concert, everyone was lip syncing. I haven't seen a single fan cam yet that showed me live vocals. Video coming up about SM forcing their idols to lip sync soon, by the way. But we're gonna put it into not make up with tea. So now that we're done with the review, let's get into my monthly playlist, which is basically songs I've been enjoying, whether or not they came out this month. I came nerdy, but I'm stupid. So I think we talked about Nerdy last month and I said I was on my playlist. So I think we have Mr. Stromae here. I've been so obsessed with Stromae recently. Ask me anything about his life story. I'll tell you all the details. I mentioned last month, of course I grew up listening to some of his songs. Come on. So yeah, I grew up listening to some of his music, but it wasn't until recently where I'm like, holy shit, like this is amazing. So I mentioned Fils de Joie last month, but Santé, oh my god. The instrumental, the message, everything is so beautiful. But what really gets me is just the instrumental. Dun, 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 dun. I love the dance that he does for the song. It's a vibe. Absolute classic. This actually I think went viral on TikTok not too long ago. And then there's also these lyrics. Let me pull them up. Everyone knows how to make babies, but nobody knows how to make papas. Where are you, Dad? This was addictive. It was so addictive to see this trend on TikTok. Love it. Amazing. Another Stromae song. This song, I have to explain it. This song is really funny because, he's saying, my love, there's only you and I'll love you forever. But then like literally the beginning of the song, he's like talking, he's like, oh, well, there was this girl, there was that girl, there was Emma, there was Natalie, but there's only you in this world. There's only you in this world. And it's kind of talking from the perspective of a man who like, he wants his ex back, but he cheated on her. But, he needs her to tell him where his underwear is. Like, it's really interesting if you look into it. I was really obsessed with Teenage Dirtbag, and Peach Bearcy did a cover, and here we are. Okay, there's a story. I was watching the Crystal Rose rhythmic gymnastics competition. One of the Yena twins did a hoop performance to this song. The song basically starts off like it's like a ballerina wind up thingy, I don't know. And then her first move she does is an attention spin, I think. Attention ballet. NEWJEANS attention. That's not what I was looking for. Anyways, she looked like a ballerina. It was so beautiful. And then I heard the song and it was pretty catchy. It's another French song called Ego. The sign. My mom literally, she just sang I Saw the Sign, and then I sang the rest of it. She's like, how do you know that song? I'm like, excuse me, ma'am? TikTok. Obviously, I've heard the song before, but like, it was a trend on TikTok, wasn't it? For the Pitch Perfect version of it. Be Kind by Marshmallow featuring Halsey. TikTok brought me here, and it ended up being so catchy. Anyways, did I talk about Forgettable before? Oh, playlist radio based on the monthly playlist. I mean, I did stream this song as well. So that is basically it for this video. Thank you so much. Just let me know what you think. Let me know, what your top and bottom songs were. And I'll see you next time. But first, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends who don't have. You can also join my channel members by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.